name, where we're at.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Greg Knight. I live in Carroll, Michigan. I live a DS lifestyle, which is a domination submission lifestyle. Um, you'll end up hearing from a lot of other people that live a BDSM lifestyle. I happen to include it, but that's not my lifestyle. Um, it's just a part of what I do.
What's the difference?
Domination submission is basically, it's something that we can live 24/7. It's something that the roles are more clearly defined. There's rules. Somebody's actually the final authority about everything. It takes a lot of the question marks away from a relationship. Instead of all this, oh, we got to compromise about this, we got to compromise about that. Uh, if somebody's in the position to make the final authority and they're trustworthy enough to make the final judgment call where the other person knows that it's always going to be in the best interest of everybody, it saves a lot of aggravation. BDSM, to me, that, you know, that's the bondage, discipline, the pain, things like that. It's, to me, that can be just kinky sex is the bottom line for that for me. Uh, DS, and that's something you can't really do 24/7. I mean, you can't really change somebody up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Uh, but we do include this in our lifestyle. A lot of other people do not do the full DS like we do. So there's going to be a lot of conflicting stories about how to live this. But that's one of the great things about this lifestyle, is that there really isn't a set of rules that one lives by. It's whatever's going to work for them is what they have to do. We're very comfortable with how we live. It's a lot less aggravation. It's easier with children. It's easier with in the whole relationship. You know, a lot of times DS is called the master-slave relationship, which is basically kind of the terms used in this lifestyle are kind of confusing because really technically nobody's really a slave. Anybody can leave any relationship they want. But the master is supposed to ensure the slave, submissive, however it's referred to, is to take care of, is to provide for, is to enrich the submissive's life. Is to the object is neither one is better than the other. They are just different than the other. The worst thing you can do as a dominant is be thinking you're superior to the submissive. You're not. You're equal to. You complement each other, and that's what makes it. That's what really makes it work. You take each other's strengths and weaknesses, combine them, and you actually make it so it works. The sum is, the sum of this is greater than the parts, and it's a good lifestyle.
You know what's interesting is the explanation on it sounds almost like what some would consider the old traditional marriage, or...
Oh, in a lot of ways it is. But the thing is, in the old traditional marriages, is that it was always the man that was the dominant person and the female the submissive. In this lifestyle, it doesn't have to be that way. You can have a female who's the dominant party here, who's the one making the decisions, and a male submissive. It's whoever is... You got to take the characteristics of the people involved. Either way, the person that's the dominant party needs to always be concerned about the submissive one. It's a very comfortable feeling, and the amount of trust that has to go into it is just simply unbelievable, because somebody's trusting you with everything about themselves. But it works both ways too. It's like with my wife, who is also my submissive, I hate handling money. So she gets to do that. She takes care. My paychecks go into her account, and even though I could say, I want to handle all the money, I don't. It's, I trust her to do things, and she trusts me to make decisions about the house, about what we're going to do with our lives, and major decisions that I will do. And the thing is, I don't want anybody confused that my wife can't make decisions. She makes a lot of decisions day to day. But the thing is, if there was something that was major, something that I may disagree with her on, I can make the final decision. It's really, it's a simplistic lifestyle in a lot of ways.
When did you first hear about it?
I've been in this lifestyle for about 15 years. I got into it with a partner, a business partner I was with. He recognized certain traits in me. He was into this lifestyle, and he introduced me to it. It's very contrary to what the way people are supposed to live today. And society will tell us this is all wrong. This is supposed to be, everybody has an equal say about everything, and but it works for us. It did cost me one marriage, because my ex-wife, she didn't agree with this type of lifestyle. I approached her about it, and I approached her about it more in the DS aspect rather than the BDSM aspect. And it just wasn't for her. And the thing is that rather than live a lie, we agreed to come to a parting of the ways. And actually, even now, we still talk to each other, which is surprising, but we actually get along better now that I'm not around her than when I was with her.